For anyone who has seen my previous videos about wayfinder-core, you would recognize these blocks of code. That's how generally we're initiating the create wayfinder client with any strategy if we wanted to have that flexibility to adjust some parameters. But with this new wayfinder-core 1.7.1, things have shifted a little bit, and I wanted to make this video to just show you guys what has changed, right? So right now, if you want to set your own custom strategy, yeah, this stays the same. You still initialize your strategy the way you want, and it could be any strategy. It could be a random routing strategy, it could be preferred with fallback strategy, and any other. But then within your create wayfinder client parameter or object, you need to change this because this doesn't work anymore. This doesn't exist anymore. Instead, what you're going to do is to have routing settings, right? And then these routing settings will have a strategy. Will have a strategy parameters, and you can assign that to your own strategy value, right? So as easy as that, you can still have the flexibility of Wayfinder the way you had it before. So if I save this and I try to run node index.js again, you'll see everything still works perfectly as it was working before. So it's just that minor tweak that changed, and you can have things as before, right? 5 gateways here. So if we increase this to 10, you'll see 10 gateways will appear. And so it's not that big of a change, but I just felt like, yeah, people should be aware of, these recent changes in Wayfinder Core 1.7. And it's the same with verification strategy. So you don't do verification strategy anymore. What you do is verification settings, right? And then strategy as well, right? So that you have these sort of beautiful way of doing things the same way, right? As you can see, the setup and the nomenclature is just almost similar, but we're not talking about verification here. We're generally going to talk about just the routing settings. But then on the other side, if you remember, we used to have an easier way of creating Wayfinder client without all this, right? Without all this customization strategy. And what you could do was just routing, and you could have put here random. But currently this doesn't work, and this is another adjustment that was made to the create wayfinder client to make things easier. So what you do is you can create here my strategy, maybe my strategy, let me name it that way. And this you do create routing strategy, and you import it up here. So when you do that, you have to have the ability to say strategy, and here I can now name any of these 4, right? So you have balanced, you have fastest, preferred, you choose what you want. So in this case, I'm going to go with random, right? And also you need to bring gateways provider, the whole of these. You just need to bring it down here, just so that you can utilize the RIO network. And with that said, you can again come here. So replace your strategy with how did I call that? My strategy. Same way, right? But you can see this sort of adjustment that has been made here. So you can just comment this out. And by the way, these two will do the same thing. So it just depends on which one you prefer and how you want to customize it and all those type of things. But they're all random routing strategies, as you can tell. And you just pass it down here under your routing settings. Let me bring this back to 5. So I run the script again by doing node index.js, and this should run and show us some result as expected. Yeah, as you can see here, everything is running smoothly as it should be.